A blazing streak tore through the velvet canvas of the night sky, a fiery trail that seemed to split the heavens in two. It was not a shooting star, not a comet, but a vessel screaming through the atmosphere, trailing fire and fear, a harbinger of unknown origins. It crashed into the earth with a sound that shook the very foundations of the mountains, a sound that spoke of worlds beyond our own and of the beings who dared to traverse the gulf between them. The impact was felt miles away, a tremor that resonated through the ground and into the hearts of those who witnessed it. The crash was an echo of chaos, a symphony of destruction, a testament to the unforgiving nature of space travel. Flames licked the twisted metal, and the air was thick with smoke and the acrid scent of burning fuel. Miles away, a young astronomer named Ethan, his eyes glued to his telescope, felt the tremor in his bones. He'd been scanning the night sky, searching for celestial wonders, when the fiery descent caught his eye. He had seen the fiery descent, a fleeting brilliance against the backdrop of a billion stars. It was a sight that would be etched into his memory forever, a moment of awe and wonder. He knew with a certainty that defied logic that this was no meteor shower. The trajectory, the intensity, the sheer magnitude of the event, it all pointed to something far more significant. This was something else entirely, something extraordinary, something impossible. The kind of event that changes the course of history, that redefines what we know about the universe. Driven by a force he couldn't name, he grabbed his coat, his heart pounding in rhythm with the receding echo of the crash. He felt an inexplicable pull, a need to be there, to witness whatever had fallen from the sky. He drove through the night, guided by the distant glow of the fallen star. The road stretched out before him, a dark ribbon leading to the unknown. The air grew heavy, charged with the scent of ozone and something else, something alien and unknown. It was as if the very atmosphere had been altered by the object's arrival. As he drew closer, the wreckage came into view, a mangled, smoking scar upon the landscape. The sight was both terrifying and mesmerizing, a scene of devastation and mystery. It was an alien craft, its smooth, metallic hull twisted and broken, a testament to the violence of its arrival. The design was unlike anything he had ever seen, a blend of sleek lines and advanced technology. And beside it, amidst the debris and the dust, lay a figure. A being from another world, perhaps, or a traveler from the stars. Small, unmoving. Alive? Ethan's breath caught in his throat as he approached, the weight of the moment pressing down on him. This was the beginning of something new, something that would change everything. Ethan approached cautiously, each step measured and deliberate, his heart pounding in his chest, a drumbeat of anxiety echoing in the stillness of the night. He was a man of science, a man of logic and reason, always seeking answers in the realm of the known. Yet here, standing before the wreckage of a ship that defied explanation, his mind struggled to comprehend the reality before him. He felt a primal fear grip his heart, a fear that transcended the rational mind and spoke to something ancient within him. The figure was humanoid in form, yet utterly alien, a paradox that both fascinated and terrified him. Her skin was the color of moonlight, a soft, ethereal glow that seemed to absorb the darkness around her, her hair a cascade of silver fire, shimmering with an otherworldly light that danced in the shadows. She lay still, her chest barely moving, her eyes closed as if in a deep, untroubled sleep. She was injured, that much was clear, with wounds that looked both familiar and strange, but whether she was beyond help he couldn't say. The uncertainty gnawed at him, a scientist's worst enemy. He reached out, his hand trembling, the weight of the moment pressing down on him, and gently touched her shoulder, feeling the coolness of her skin. Her skin was cool to the touch, smooth as polished jade, a texture that was both alien and strangely comforting. He felt a faint pulse, a flicker of life in the stillness of the night, a sign that she was still clinging to life. Relief washed over him, followed quickly by a sense of responsibility. He couldn't leave her here, not like this. He had to get her out of here. Had to find help, had to do something to save this mysterious being. But where could he take a being from beyond the stars? The question loomed large in his mind, a puzzle with no clear solution. Carefully, he lifted her into his arms, surprised by how light she was. She was lighter than he expected, as if gravity itself held less sway over her, her form almost ethereal. He carried her back to his car, his mind racing with questions. Who was she? What was her story? Where did she come from? What kind of world had she left behind? And what had brought her to this small blue planet? The vastness of the universe seemed to press down on him. As he laid her gently in the back seat of his car, he noticed something clutched in her hand, a clue perhaps. It was a small silver object pulsing with a faint ethereal light, a beacon of mystery. It was then, looking at the strange device, that he knew. This was no ordinary encounter. His life, his understanding of the universe had changed forever. The boundaries of his world had expanded in an instant. Back at his cabin, nestled deep in the woods, Ethan laid the alien girl on his bed. He worked quickly, his medical training kicking in despite the alien nature of his patient. Her wounds were severe, burns and lacerations covering her delicate frame, yet her vital signs were strong, her breathing steady. Whatever she was a survivor. As he worked, he studied her. Her features were sharp, elegant, almost elven in their delicacy. Her clothing, torn and burned in places, hinted at advanced technology, a blend of the familiar and the utterly strange. He tried to communicate, speaking slowly, gently, but his words met only with a confused frown on her pale face. Her eyes, the color of liquid amethyst, were filled with pain and confusion, a fear he recognized as universal. He turned his attention to the device she still clutched in her hand. It was smooth, featureless, yet it pulsed with a light that seemed to emanate from within, a beacon in the darkness. He knew with a certainty that defied logic that it held the key to understanding her, to bridging the gulf between them. He had to find a way to activate it, to unlock its secrets. He just hoped it wasn't already too late. Time, he knew, was not on their side. Days turned into nights, and nights into days, the silence of the cabin broken only by the crackling fire and the occasional rustle of leaves outside. Inside, the soft hum of alien technology added a futuristic symphony to the rustic setting. Ethan worked tirelessly, deciphering the device, learning its secrets with a determination that bordered on obsession. He discovered it was a translator of sorts, a bridge between their two worlds, a marvel of engineering that could break down the barriers of language and culture. With each passing hour, he pieced together more of its secrets, feeling a sense of accomplishment with every breakthrough, inching closer to understanding the full potential of this extraordinary device. The alien girl, whom he learned was named Lyra, began to heal. Her wounds, both physical and emotional, started to mend. The fear in her eyes receded, replaced by a cautious curiosity. She watched his every move, her gaze intense and unwavering, absorbing everything around her like a sponge. He taught her basic words, simple phrases, and she repeated them back to him. Her voice a soft whisper, her voice soft as stardust, melodic and strange, yet beautiful in its own way. He showed her pictures, books and artifacts from Earth, images of Earth and its people, explaining their significance with patience and care. And she listened with rapt attention, her amethyst eyes wide with wonder, absorbing every detail, every nuance. One evening, as he was showing her images of Earth from space, the vast blue planet suspended in the void, a smile spread across her face, a radiant, breathtaking sight that took his breath away, a smile that lit up the room like a supernova. It was the first time he had seen her truly smile, and it lit up the room like a supernova. He found himself laughing, a genuine, heartfelt laugh, and to his surprise, she laughed with him. It was a simple moment, yet profound. Yet it held the weight of 1,000 galaxies, the shared joy of two beings finding common ground across a universe of difference. In that moment, Ethan knew he was falling for her, this extraordinary being who had fallen from the stars. He realized that their connection was more than just intellectual. It was emotional, a bond that transcended the boundaries of their worlds. He saw in her eyes a reflection of his own feelings, a connection that was as deep as it was unexpected. Love, it seemed, had found a way to bridge the gap between their two worlds. As Lyra grew stronger, so too did their bond. They spent hours talking, sharing stories of their worlds, their lives, their dreams. He learned of her planet, a world of swirling colors and luminous flora, of telepathic communication and cities that shimmered like jewels against the backdrop of a binary sun. She listened, captivated, as he spoke of Earth, of its history, its beauty, its flaws. He saw the universe reflected in her eyes, a vast and awe-inspiring expanse that echoed the depths of his own soul. He felt a connection to her that went beyond words, beyond logic, a connection that resonated in the very core of his being. He found himself drawn to her strength, her resilience, her unwavering spirit in the face of the unknown. He admired her intelligence, her quick wit, her thirst for knowledge, and in her eyes he saw a reflection of his own feelings, a growing affection that transcended the barriers of language and culture. Her touch, once hesitant, now lingered on his arm. Her laughter came easier. Her gaze met his with a newfound intimacy. He realized with a heart-stopping certainty that what he felt for her was more than just friendship. It was love. A love that had blossomed under the watchful gaze of a billion stars. A love that knew no boundaries, no limits. A love that was as infinite and as mysterious as the universe itself.